Cher is 79 years old, and right now, she's facing the most painful fight of her life. Not for fame, not for music, but for her son. Her 49-year-old son, Elijah Blue Allman. And what's happening behind closed doors is far darker than most people realize. So what pushed a global icon to take such a drastic step? Just days ago, Cher walked into court and filed a legal petition that reads less like paperwork and more like a cry for help. She's asking a judge to take control of her son's finances, claiming he is now gravely disabled. Think about that for a second. A mother putting those words on record about her own child. But why now? What changed? This isn't the first time she's tried. But this time, she's doing something very different. She's not even asking to control his life herself. Instead, she wants a neutral professional to step in. Someone who can manage the money Elijah can't. Because according to her, every dollar he gets is putting him closer to danger. And the pattern she describes is chilling. Whenever he receives money from his trust, he disappears into hotels. Expensive ones. He spends recklessly. He uses drugs. And then, when the money runs out, he crashes. Sometimes in hospitals. Sometimes on the edge of death. But here's the question that haunts everything. How long can that cycle continue before it ends for good? The numbers alone are shocking. Hundreds of thousands owed in taxes. Debts to dangerous people. Properties destroyed. Hotels kicking him out for erratic behavior. And that's just the surface. Because beneath it all is something even more disturbing. Cher claims her son can't understand money anymore. That he's vulnerable. That strangers take advantage of him. That he's not just struggling, he's slipping away. But is this really about money? Or is it about something much deeper? At the moment, Elijah isn't even free. He's locked inside a psychiatric hospital in New Hampshire. And the reason he ended up there sounds like something out of a nightmare. It started on a quiet evening at a prestigious boarding school. A place filled with students, parents, normal life. And then suddenly, Elijah walks in. Uninvited. Acting strangely. Smoking. Saying things that made people uncomfortable. Even poking a student with his cane. Staff had no choice but to call the police. He was arrested on the spot. But that was just the beginning. Because less than 48 hours later, things escalated in a way nobody expected. What happened next would leave everyone asking the same question. How did it get this far? In the middle of the night, a woman calls 911. Whispering. Terrified. She's hiding in her own home. Someone has broken in. Officers arrive and follow footprints in the snow. And when they step inside, they find Elijah sitting calmly on the couch. Smoking. As if he belonged there. He claims he had permission to enter. The homeowner says absolutely not. The damage to the house turns the situation into a felony. And just like that, things spiral out of control. He's taken into custody. Denied bail. And somewhere along the way, his condition becomes so unstable that he's moved from jail into a locked psychiatric facility. And here's the part that's hardest to process. His mother can't even reach him. No calls. No contact. Just silence. So what does a mother do when she can't even speak to her child? But this didn't happen overnight. The warning signs were there long before. And one moment, in particular, stands out. A moment that nearly ended everything. It was Father's Day weekend in 2025. Emergency responders rushed to a home in California. Elijah was inside, barely conscious. Drugs scattered around him. Paramedics worked to bring him back. And somehow, he survived. Just barely. Cher reportedly rushed to his side. Stayed close while he recovered. And for a moment, it looked like things might turn around. But did they? Just weeks later, reality hit again. A court ordered him to pay thousands every month in spousal support. Money he didn't have. Responsibilities he couldn't manage. And the life he once lived, luxury travel, private chefs, Five-star hotels felt like a distant memory. So where was all the money coming from? The answer goes back years. Back to his father, a legendary musician who left behind not just a legacy, but a trust fund. One that pays Elijah regularly, no matter what condition he's in, whether he's sober or not. Over time, that money added up. And according to Cher, much of it disappeared into drugs and hotel rooms. Over $1 million gone. And here's the catch: the trust can't be stopped. Not without legal intervention. So what happens when money meant to support someone starts destroying them instead? But the story isn't just about addiction or money. There's another layer. One filled with love, conflict, and accusations that once shocked the public. Elijah's marriage to Mariangela King started like a whirlwind. Fast. Intense. Almost unreal. They married within days of getting engaged. But things didn't stay that way for long. Years later, during an attempt to reconcile, something happened that no one saw coming. According to Mariangela, 4 men showed up at their hotel room and took Elijah away. She claimed they were hired by his mother. The internet exploded with accusations. Was it true? Was it desperation? Or something else entirely? Cher denied it. Sort of. Saying even if she had done it, she wouldn't admit it. Because, in her words, when you're trying to save your child, you do whatever it takes. But where is the line between helping and controlling? Her first attempt to gain legal control over Elijah failed. The court said there wasn't enough evidence. Elijah himself pushed back, insisting he could handle his own life. That only he could save himself. And for a moment, it seemed like he might try. They reached an agreement. Promises were made. But according to the latest filing, those promises were never kept. So now, here they are again. Only this time, the stakes feel much higher. The next hearing is just days away. And behind the scenes, something unexpected is happening. The lawyer defending Elijah may actually be paid by Cher herself. Think about that. A mother fighting her son in court, while also funding his defense. What does that say about their relationship? At the center of all this is a new law. One that allows courts to step in when someone's substance abuse alone makes them unable to care for themselves. And this case could be the first major test of that law in the spotlight. So now the question becomes unavoidable. Is Cher saving her son, or taking away the last pieces of his independence? After decades of battling addiction within her family, this is where things stand. A mother, a son, a system trying to decide what's best, and a story that's still unfolding in real time. Because the truth is, nobody really knows how this ends.